breaking down all 40 things you missed from Survivor Season 46, Episode 1. We're talking all things Jelinsky the Legend, the Beware Advantage, Sassy Jeff returning, Tiffany finding the hidden immunity idol, and much more. As always, careful for any spoilers if you haven't seen the episode yet. It feels so good to be back recapping Survivor. Just like last season, we're doing replica Survivor puzzle giveaways all season long during our episode recaps. If you want to enter the first giveaway of the season, make sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and comment down below your favorite moment from episode 1. Let's get started with number 40. Welcome to Survivor 46. The first 12 minutes of the episode were actually posted online before the episode came out, so we already saw parts of this. What a messy and a chaotic group of players as Tevin opens up the season in a pretty deep way. Guaranteed, like 100% guaranteed, Tevin is going to be a main character this season. He's just such a good confessionalist and narrator. Number 39, votes coming in. Obviously, Tevin delivers the first confessional of the season, but it's always interesting to see who the Survivor players decide to showcase during these first couple of minutes. We get Banu continuing the theme of highlighting the audition tapes from the promo, Jess being really socially awkward, Hunter, who is everyone's winner pick, Charlie, who's a super fan of Taylor Swift, and Tiffany, who's just a self-proclaimed hustler. Learning 18 new players is a lot, but I'm feeling pretty good about this cast of Survivor 46. Number 38, Classic Jeff. I'm serious, I get goosebumps and get fired up to this day when Jeff gives that opening talk. The classic Survivor speech of being abandoned and you must learn to adapt or you'll be voted out. We'll talk about it later in the video, but Sassy Jeff is for sure back. Number 37, Matt Chat. What I like most about this cast of players is everyone has someone to root for this season. We have the teachers like Soda and Hunter, the athletes like Q, and musicians like Ben. And well, like I said, Sassy Jeff is back with this crazy monologue to start the season.
You all right now believe you can win this game, but it's simply not true.
Number 36, Survivor is back. With Survivor 46 starting up, that also means Idle Plays is open back up with the Survivor 46 drop. If you're new to the channel, Idle Plays is where I offer replica Survivor puzzles and games. As I mentioned at the start of the video, I give away a replica puzzle at the start of all my videos, but there's so much more I offer at idleplays.com. Old favorites have returned like the Fitz Tower and Tree Puzzle, but also we have new games like the Pyramid of Balls and Maze Puzzle. To celebrate Survivor being back on our screens, the first 10 people to use the code episode 1 get 20% off the log maze. So if you're interested in checking out Idle Plays or you want to help support me in the channel, please go to idleplays.com. And remember, the first 10 people to use the code episode 1 get 20% off the log maze. Number 35, new tribes. Going into a 3-tribe season of Survivor, everyone, and I really mean everyone, always predicts there's gonna be some sort of disaster tribe out there. And well, no one predicted it correctly. Wearing purple, we have the Yanu tribe. Wearing green, we have the Siga tribe. And wearing orange, we have the Nami tribe. Everyone thought the orange tribe or the green tribe was going to be the disaster tribe of Survivor 46, but after episode 1, it's looking like the purple group. Number 34, first challenge. In the classic way of how the new era of Survivor works, we just need to have a challenge to start the season and see who gets their starting supplies. 2 members will race through obstacles and grab 2 puzzle pieces. After all the pieces are back, then 3 players will build a podium to grab the flint. I don't think it's just me feeling this, but I really think Survivor, the producers, Jeff Probst, they've really improved the new era with every passing season. And I like the new twist of the second tribe to finish gets to pick if they would prefer Sweat or Savvy. Number 33, Marooning Challenge. I fully understand how important it is to win this first challenge, get your flint, get your supplies. Hot take, but at first I thought Hunter was making a mistake going so hard in this challenge, raising his threat level. But if you keep watching, you realize the adrenaline was going for everyone and everyone was digging deep in this challenge. Ultimately, Tevin wins first for the orange tribe and green gets the decision between Sweat or Savvy, and they decide Savvy, meaning purple, has to do the Sweat challenge. Number 32, 22, the Purple Tribe. We're gonna keep talking about it throughout the entire video, but it looks like this Purple Tribe is the complete disaster tribe this season. This is the Yanni tribe that will always wear purple, and they are Jelinsky, Q, Banu, Jess, Kenzie, and Tiffany. We are gonna be spending a lot of time talking about my boy Jelinsky throughout the video, but first we gotta talk about the Sweat versus Savvy challenge. Number 31, the Sweat challenge. It's a grueling long challenge. 2 players need to fill 2 large urns with water and several hours of hard work. I don't think it's that big of a hot take to say that Jelinsky is one of the biggest flame outs in Survivor history. I mean, the editors are going to be doing him so dirty throughout the entire episode. He calls himself the monster and someone who can for sure do this challenge, only to give up moments later, meaning the athlete of the season Q has a lot of hard work to do. And sure, with all the history of hourglasses on Survivor, it was fun to see him throwing the hourglass, but someone who's dreamed to play the game one day, I couldn't stand seeing him quit like that, and everyone agrees. Number 30, Purple Tribe at camp. We always talk about how the early bonding moments on Survivor, those day one connections you make, how important they are. And as 2 players are gone doing either the Sweat versus Savvy challenge, it means all the other players grow closer together. Banu reminds me a lot of Nasir from Survivor 41 being the provider. Number 29, the Green Tribe. The Siga tribe will always wear green, and they're consisting of Maria, Mariah, Jem, Tim, Ben, and Charlie. Leave a comment down below if you enjoy these fast-paced premiere episodes of Survivor, because they're getting right into the Savvy challenge. Number 28, the Savvy challenge. 2 tribe members must work together to decipher a puzzle. And this is, in my opinion, the most unfair Savvy challenge we've seen in 6 seasons of the new era. This green tribe is gonna have Ben and Charlie tackle the challenge, and I know it's supposed to be difficult, but this was way too tough. I know. It's supposed to be savvy, but there needed to be a little more instruction involved. Jeff Probst, if you're listening to this, and let's be real, I know you watch these videos, I don't think you actually needed a time limit here for this Savvy challenge. It would have been interesting to see how long Ben and Charlie would have been thinking through this Savvy challenge before giving up. Ultimately, the clues were there with below and dig, as they needed to dig under the sand, but sadly they failed. Number 27, Green Tribe at camp. We get the older players Maria and Tim bonding over both having kids, and I just wish for once on Survivor the older woman wouldn't instantly be labeled as the mom. Number 26, the Orange Tribe. The Nami tribe will always wear orange, and they're consisting of Venus, Soda, Liz, Kevin, Hunter, and Randon. We ultimately get a weird old TV show callback that I don't understand at all, but it's going to be important later on in the video. In pre-season, I was pumped to watch Liz play the game, but she does not come off well here at all, and Tevin agrees. Number 25, making fire. Winning that first challenge means you get flint, you get fire to start the game. Soda's able to make the fire, and Carson thinks that means something special. Number 24, fail on green. Please pay attention here on how the Green Tribe handles the failing and how the Purple Tribe handles the failing. We have Ben and Charlie, especially Ben, just chilling after failing the Sweat versus Savvy. And the good vibes continue on this tribe with number 23, Mariah making friends. It feels like Mariah might struggle a little bit on this Green Tribe or this surviving tribe. She describes herself as really awkward, a little bit different, but she really tries to make connections with Jem and Maria. I apologize in advance if I ever mixed up Mariah and Maria in the future of these videos. But Jeff, come on, you really shouldn't have put Mariah and Maria on the same starting tribe. Number 22, fail on purple. 100% Q, and the entire tribe is gonna be holding it against Jelinsky for quitting the challenge. And really, as a fan of the show, I'm gonna keep saying it, it's so tough to see these kind of quits happen on day 1 in the game. Number 21, Kenzie playing hard. We saw comparisons from Kenzie to Carolyn from Survivor 44 during the preseason. Sure, I see it a little bit, but I think Kenzie has a much stronger social game, especially to start the game. As a hairstylist, knows how to bond with everyone, talking one-on-one with Q, Jelinsky, Banu, Tiffany, who she's closest with, and sadly has the worst conversation with Jess. Number 20, good times happens on Orange. This entire season is filled with artistic and creative people, as Soda and Tevin are singing by the fire on Orange, and it's kind of interesting to see how the producers make their decisions on these starting tribes, with Soda and Hunter on the starting tribe both teachers. And I love the honesty of Hunter admitting he doesn't like the singing. Number 19, Hunter and Tevin. I guess if you understand the reference, you probably thought this Andy Griffith alliance was cool. Personally, I did not understand it at all, but I think these two players, Tevin and Hunter, are going to be the power players on this tribe. This is probably the weirdest edited episode 1 in Survivor history, as after commercial break and almost 1 hour into the episode, we're still on day 1. Number 18, the Green Alliance. On the Green tribe, they're bonding over music and partying hard. This is going to be a reminder for later in the season, but every episode Charlie is still in the game, I would bet money on that he's going to be bringing up Taylor Swift. On this tribe, the girls are looking to form a women's alliance, but to have the numbers, they gotta pull in Charlie. We're gonna call this the Charlie's Angels Alliance, and guaranteed some people online are gonna be hating on Tim for being so against it. Number 17, Venus playing hard. Being Canadian instantly makes Venus one of my early winner picks to start the season. She feels very underestimated and decides to go idol hunting, and the TV show makes it think that instantly she gets caught by Randon. It might be some foreshadowing with Parvati and the Black Widow Brigade, and we get a fancy little shot, I'll play it on screen right here, of Venus with a Black Widow spiderweb. Number 16, Randon in trouble. And to continue on the Parvati foreshadowing on this Orange tribe, Randon brings up the idea with Soda that Venus is not to be trusted. She's the Parvati of the season. I think Randon might be onto something, but if this Orange tribe ever loses a challenge, he's gonna be in trouble. Number 15, day 2 on Survivor. Finally, we're on day 2 of Survivor 46, and it's finally time for the episode 1 journey. But before we get there, this might be important later on in the season. We have a small scene showcasing Liz struggling to fit in. Number 14, who is going on the journey? It's always scary times going on a journey for the chance to win an advantage or lose your vote, but every tribe decides who goes differently. On Purple, Jelinsky instantly volunteers. On Orange, they roll the shot in the dark dice and Tevin goes. And on Green, the rock, paper, scissors approach has Maria going. Number 13, journey time. Poor Jelinsky, such a bad edit. I don't know about a Survivor legend, but definitely a legendary first boot. The journey game they're going to be playing here is a little bit confusing, so hear me out for a second. The players randomly grab the torch, the skull, or the vote card, and whoever has the torch card has to tell everyone they have the torch card, and the other two must persuade them they're holding the vote card. If you're right, it's an extra vote, and if you're wrong, you're losing your vote. Number 12, journey decision. This is it, and Maria grabs the torch, Tevin holds the vote, and Jelinsky sadly has the skull. So I know outside of Survivor, Tevin is an actor, but I actually think he was acting pretty bad here. But on the flip side, Maria turned into the mom, and Jelinsky fully fumbles and tells her the truth. I'm calling out Jelinsky here. I really think if he just stuck to his lie, the other tribes would not have held it against him if the merge happened. So we have Jelinsky quit Sweat versus Savvy and quit the journey and lose his vote in the process. Number 11, Survivor Superfan. Just like how Jeff Probst is always asking you to apply to Survivor, I'm going to ask you to subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you aren't subscribed yet, please do so and help me pass Russell Hantz. And as a bonus, once we hit 10,000 subscribers, I'm going to be making a dedicated video interviewing Russell Hantz. Number 10, losing the vote. Jelinsky will go down in history like Zayn as iconic first boots. Ultimately, he decides to tell the truth to his tribe, and his tribe is so pissed off at him. On the Green tribe, Maria tells the truth and it scares Tim. Number 9, shelter breakdown. Some people might not be a fan of it, but I love when we slow down Survivor episodes and get all the camp life moments. That's why I like this episode so much, especially watching the shelter fully fall apart on the Purple tribe, and it's starting to make Jess go crazy leading into number 8, idol hunting. On the Purple tribe, everyone's looking for the idol. Obviously, everyone on the other tribes are looking for the idol as well, but we don't worry about that today. Maybe a little bit of a conspiracy theory, but I feel like we won't get scenes of the other tribes finding their idols until they lose a challenge. Ultimately, it's a beware advantage, and Tiffany finds it with Kenzie, leading into number 7, beware advantage. A little bit of an awkward scene. Tiffany finds the advantage, runs away, reads it, only to find out she has to go back to where she found it. It's a beware advantage with multiple steps to find the idol, and she only knows about the first step right now. What ends up happening is the next step to this beware advantage will appear after her tribe loses a challenge. So I feel like what the Survivor producers are looking for here is some sort of strategy of the players purposely losing challenges. Number 6, immunity challenge. Here we go. I love Survivor, and well, Survivor loves making fun of Jelinsky. For the challenge, the players will carry a gecko through a series of obstacles where at the end it's a classic Survivor puzzle. Number 5, the challenge. I appreciate how creative the Survivor challenge was, especially with the gecko being over 500 pounds. As it always comes down to the puzzle, as orange wins, green comes in second, and purple loses. But before we go to commercial break, Banu gives a very emotional speech that Jeff Probst kinda just brushes off. Number 4, purple before tribal. Jelinsky says there is no stopping, there's no slowing down in Survivor, only to go sit in the shelter and basically take a nap. And ultimately, the vote is between Jess and Jelinsky. But the tough part for Jelinsky is he doesn't have a vote. And we also need to remember about the beware advantage. Losing the challenge means Tiffany's one step closer to finding the idol. Before she gets the idol, she first needs to decipher some sort of puzzle, but apparently it wasn't that hard because boom, she gets the idol. Number 3, Jelinsky, the legend. I'm going away from this episode thinking, of course, Jelinsky's a very messy Survivor player, but Peridium agrees, a legendary Survivor player. But it really rubbed Q the wrong way with Jelinsky basically quitting everything. So he pushes really hard to send Jelinsky home, leading into number 2, Tribal Council. I'm loving the Tribal Council set design this season, and with the promise of sassy Jeff returning this season, I'm actually looking forward to the Tribal Councils every episode. With that said, it was so great to see Jeff calling out Jelinsky, and then ultimately it just feels like a dog pile and a pretty obvious vote off, leading into number 1, Jelinsky voted out. Anyways, stay tuned next week during our episode 2 recap as we announce the first giveaway winner of the season. And if you're craving more Survivor content, click right here for why I thought Survivor 45 was amazing.